search for dirt continues. This time I'll be crossing into New South Wales, hopefully, over Barry or Barry's Way. A dirt trail to the right of the mountains, I think, if you're looking at the map to the right. I was going to get up super early and head off, and then it was, a bit tired from yesterday after having to hike gear up the hill. And then I was like, I'll sleep in, and then I was like, no, I won't. And then anyway, got up about 6:30. It's about 7 now, so I'll be heading off now. Don't think there's a lot. Well, I don't know what's out there really. I'll tell you about it later, because again, just lucky dipping these trails. This one is quite well known, so it shouldn't be too hard. Not like, as long as there's no vertical like yesterday, we'll be fine. Okay, on the bike. Back past the 113-year-old bridge and off to the unknown. Now there's a good spot for a photo. There seems to be an unusually large amount of crows out this morning. Just ahead is where I get onto the next GPX file. That is a low-lying cloud. Again, I can't help myself. There looks like there's a shot there, but I don't think the light's in the right spot. I should have been here a couple of hours sooner. I'm glad the GPX file is heading towards these patches of blue sky, and not to the dark clouds to my left, where I travelled through last time. Made it onto the dirt. Looking at that sign, I gather in winter these roads are probably not passable some of the time. Road crew has obviously been working here. Hopefully that means the roads have been graded. They have just laid a fresh layer of stones on the surface, and the bike is moving around a fair bit on them. Just having a quick break here before I enter into the Alpine National Park. First bit was good, although they've laid that new road surface, and it looks really recent because the trucks are still there, and it's very skatey. It moved around a bit. Took a little bit to get used to, but all was good. There's a lot of warning signs here about extreme weather, and I've just noticed there's a trail up here, but they've got a name for the trail, a road sign. Have a look at the trail, have a look at the name. Do you think that's from someone's experience? I can only imagine. I'm going to stick to the main one. Alpine National Park is the largest national park in Victoria and covers much of the higher area of the Great Dividing Range. It includes Victoria's highest point, Mount Bogong, at 1,986 metres. It is mainly covered by subalpine woodlands and grasslands. The park's northeast boundary is along the border with New South Wales, where it abuts the Mount Kosciuszko National Park. And really, it's just the same forest, with a human line in between. between the two. I noticed a strange thing about the Alpine National Park. Whereas most national parks cover an area where the boundary might be a little irregular, the bulk of the land is all together. But this national park is in a very unusual shape, with all these little sections and tentacles in every direction. My guess is, and this is just a guess, is that it includes all the areas above a certain elevation to fit in with the name, Alpine. I came to an area of grasslands and mountain streams at a place called Native Dog Flat. I left the Alpine National Park for now. How fun was that? That was actually Limestone Road, and that's the connection between Omeo to get to Barry's. Still not sure if it's Barry or Barry's Way, if you're going the other way, which I did last time. But actually here, on the Victorian side, it is the Snowy River Road, and obviously changes once you get to that border, I gather. It's funny, when I first get on trails, I'm always a little tentative, because I don't have 10, 20, 30 years of dirt experience, so yeah, it's just a bit, and then you work into it and it just becomes a joy. You get the feel of the bike moving under you. I've just got to not get too confident or too comfortable, because I don't have that 10, 20, 30 years experience on the dirt. But that was good. That was a lot of fun. Definitely worth coming. Obviously, with the signs it says probably winter, there's no go, but right now, this time of year, it's really good. We'll see what this next one is. It's really just enjoying today so far. Hopefully that lasts. Due to its strange shape, I headed back into the Alpine National Park. I came over the crest. Then the right side opened up to views of a series of mountains into the distance. Seeing there was a clearing of trees to the right, I pulled over. The sun is totally in the wrong spot, but I couldn't help myself. Stopped and grabbed a photo or two. Probably won't work, but I can't sort of ride by without having a crack. Around sunset, this place might really light up. And that's one of the things along all the rides I do. You go past places like this and you know there's an image there, but the light's just, either harsh or just wrong angles. It's part of it. Ah well. was really hard to concentrate on the road, with views like that drawing my attention. The track hugged the contours of the mountain. Construction of this road was started in 1925 from the Victorian side. Work had progressed as far as the construction of the bridge over Sugan River. No idea where they get these names, but was stopped by World War II, with bullock teams employed to carry away the fill. All the stonework for the culverts, pipes and embankments was constructed by hand, using stone recovered from the road-making process. It was not until 1960 that they managed to secure funding to complete what was described as a jeep track. It took 26 weeks to connect the Victorian and New South Wales sections, and the road was opened in May 1961. So most of this road was done by hand with picks and shovels. Now that would be hard labour. This is where I cross from Victoria to New South Wales, which also means I'm entering into Kosciuszko National Park. And being in New South Wales, the ability to be able to free camp is very limited. They don't really accommodate for people travelling like me. In a national park in New South Wales, you have to pre-book early, for a fee of course. The track was starting to get a bit rougher. If you're Australian, this is where the man's from. Snowy River. I just noticed something. I thought I was going downhill, but the river's going this way, which now makes sense because I'm going up to Perisher. So I must have got to the lowest level. Okay, so it's going to be up from here, I gather. The roads definitely have gotten a lot bumpier, potholed since I got into New South Wales. Let's just say their maintenance schedule is different and New South Wales are next. Also, since I got across the border, it's got a lot warmer. Don't know if that heat wave's still hanging around New South Wales, or is Victoria just cooler, as in temperature? The track really started to deteriorate. There were a lot more potholes in this section. I gather this end of the track must get used a lot more by vehicles. I was hitting some rather large potholes, as it was difficult to see them as you approached at speed, so I slowed it down a bit. definitely climbing again as the road got steeper. Well, I think this is the end of the track, as there is a welcome sign just here. So I gather it's the New South Wales end. It's fun. It is just very potholed. So random potholes everywhere you've got to watch out for. So like the first track this morning, that was a lot of fun because it was good. You just flow through it. This one, it was, yeah, a couple of little rough spots. But other than that, it was good. It has really warmed up. So hopefully when I get to Jindabyne, I'll find something cool to drink. But yeah, not a bad view either. I exited Kosciuszko National Park. Ahead, I could see something quite epic, having just ridden along the Snowy River. Wild Brumby. For the non-Australians watching, the most famous poem in Australia was called The Man from Snowy River, written in 1890 by Banjo Patterson. Not his real name, but it would have been cool if it was. It established the bushman as an archetypal figure in the Australian imagination, and is the most successful volume of Australian poetry ever published. It was based on and inspired by Jack Riley, who was a mountain cattleman from the area. I was back onto sealed roads, and the familiar landscape you find here up on the high plains. Spotted something to the right, so I decided to turn around and go back to check it out. See, who'd want to ride with me? I just keep stopping. Spotted that tree up there on the hill and couldn't help myself. Tell you what, the flies here are bad. Maybe it's all the cattle. We'll see if that one works. Although the light was harsh as it was the middle of the day, it's always worth a crack. Drop down into the town of Jindabyne. A quick resupply. Now the bike's filled up again. I've got to work out where to go next. It's a bit hot to sit around the fuel station, so I found a little off-road, and it seems like there's mountain biking trails behind me. They look fun. I really hadn't planned past here. I was going to get here and then plan, so that's what we're doing. But while I was filling up, my mate Dave, the craftsman, said, "What are you doing? Where are you on the planet?" Which is a normal thing to ask when it regards to me. And I said, "I'm in Jindabyne." And he said, "Can you come and take some photos?" So why not? He then said, "There is a trail between here and where I got a medium where he's picking up some wood. So I'm going to head to a campsite. I found on Wikicamp's a free place to camp nearby, and hopefully, if he gets his act together, he'll send me where this apparently good trail is. We'll see if Dave knows what a good trail is. I'm sure he does. So that's the plan. Go to this camp spot I found on Wikicamp and see if we can find this trail if Dave finds it in time. I think that'll be tomorrow. Take some photos, and then I'll have time to work out what to do north of Sydney. I left Jindabyne and its lake and headed north in the direction of the next campsite.